Hey guys, it's Quint, and so today I just want to make a little quick video explaining how I've been learning more about Vietnamese phonetics, which is like the sounds that are in Vietnamese and how it differs from English. So I'm going to show you some of the free resources I found online, as well as provide some links for how you can do it yourself. Alright, so this is some free resources you can just get off of Wikipedia. If you type in English phonology, and then over in another page if you type in Vietnamese phonology, you can pull up these pages that actually go over the different sounds that are in Vietnamese and English. Oh guys, one other thing I want to mention real quick, there's a polyglot named Idahossa Ness, and he puts together a little video where he actually talks about how to use these kind of sound charts to not just recognize what sounds aren't in your native language when you're trying to learn a foreign language, but also how to learn to make those sounds. So I'm having a link down in the description as well for that. Please click on it later so this will you can get a better idea of how to make these sounds that you can't already make on your own. So if we scroll down here, the first thing we're going to see is that there's a table here on the left. This represents all the consonants that are found in English, and then on the right there's another table that represents all the consonants that can be found in Vietnamese. So what you're going to see here is that when we look at these, we can see what sounds are in Vietnamese that aren't actually in English. And I'm going to have links for all these places in the description. Anything that's in red, those are sounds that are usually only found in the Hanoi dialect, which means in the north part of Vietnam. And then anything that's in blue, that kind of bluish purple, those are sounds that are only found in the southern dialect or in the Saigon dialect. Alright, so the first thing that we notice is that they have a different kind of B sound than what we have in English. So this is called the voiced bilabial implosive. So in contrast to the B sound in English, this is made like deeper in your throat. So it's like instead of ba, they say ba, ba, ah. Can you kind of hear my vocal cords closing there a little bit? Ba. Then the next thing that we're going to notice as we're going through here is that there is this sound right here, which I forget what it's called. They don't have a representation for it. Never mind, I found it. It is the unvoiced, aspirated, apical alveolar stop. That's a mouthful. But this sound is actually, this is similar to the D sound in English. However, it's got more force in it. Something that my Vietnamese tutor actually brought up to me is that this is the same sound as the sang diket in Korean. So if you speak Korean already, that's the sound you can already make, the do. And then the next sound that we have is the voiced alveolar implosive. This is also similar to the English D sound, but like the B sound in Vietnamese, it's actually made deeper in your throat. So instead of saying da, they say da. So you've got the two different D sounds in Vietnamese. You've got so da, 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 and then da, 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 da. All right, and then after that, then the next thing is when you scroll down here, you'll notice that the R symbol is a little bit different. However, when I went through and looked through at the southern dialect of Vietnamese, it said that in the southern dialect, they have a wide variety of R sounds, one of which is the a voiced alveolar approximate, which is perfect for us native English speakers because that's the same R sound that we have in English. So even though there's a lot of varieties in the southern dialect to the way you can say the R, I've just been sticking with this because some native speakers do pronounce it like the way that we say it in English. Then the next sound is the voiceless retroflex stop. This one actually, so this is kind of like the DR sound in English, but it's a little bit different. I'm still working on it because I haven't encountered any sound similar to it. It's like a ja, 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 cha, 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 cha. It's still in between for me, so I'm still working on this one. I'll have a link that shows where you can listen to this sound on YouTube. And then the next one is the voiceless retroflex sibilant fricative. I have not been able to identify what this sound is like, but then as I was scrolling down, it does say that in the Saigon dialect in the south, that the voiceless alveolar fricative, which is the S sound in English, and the voiceless retroflex sibilant fricative, over time people are starting to pronounce them the same, and so some people pronounce them both like this. So again, I haven't worried about it because I'm assuming the people I've been speaking to have been using it more like that because I haven't noticed any words with it yet. But again, Links will be provided for videos going over each of these sounds in the description below. The next is the voice palatal nasal. For those of you that speak Spanish, this is like the ny in niño or niña, or in Korean it's like nya, nyo, nyu, that kind of stuff. We technically don't have it in English. We actually do have this in a lot of loan words, like for example California. We don't say California, we say California, and so there's the nya, that sound, and we're already making it and we don't even realize it. The next is the voiceless palatal stop or voiceless palatal plosive. This is made in the same region of the mouth that we make the Y sound in English, but it's kind of along the same axis as the ch sound that we have in English. So imagine like you're gonna make the ch sound, like choice or chore, and then but you kind of move it further back in your mouth where you're gonna make the ch, and then just kind of do it softly when you exhale. Don't put a huge emphasis on the ch, make it softer. Then it's like ciao, ciao em. And then the final one is the voiced Velar fricative. So this has been a little bit harder for me to nail still. So if you go and click on that actual sound on the Wikipedia page, it'll open up a separate Wikipedia page that just talks about that sound, and then there will be a list going down showing all the languages that you can find that sound in, and then it'll give you an example word or two from every language so you can kind of get a better idea of what that sound is. In this case, what I'm going to do here is when I scroll, I'm looking through and I'm trying to find it with other sounds that I can compare it to. So in Korean, for example, na he is the h, and h. That's a consonant sound. And then another example would be Brazilian. European Portuguese has it. Brazilian Portuguese, some dialects, not all. So agora I'm still working on that sound, and so don't quote me on that one. But like I said, I'm gonna have links for all the different videos that cover these sounds so you can listen to them over and over again. And yeah, so to recap, we just went over the consonants that are in Vietnamese that aren't in English for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again next time.